Sugar, flour, bread. Those are basic food. Eggs. You can't buy eggs. Even lime. You could have got a 50p lime. Now it's £1. Everything is going up.
Prices at UK supermarkets continue climbing and shoppers are feeling the squeeze. Grocery price inflation reached 4.1% in May, which is the highest it's been in 15 months.
The supermarkets are actually ripping us off with this now, and it's costing people a fortune. So I thought I was just getting through these quicker than usual, but I've done some research and it turns out they've quietly shrunk the packs again. So you're now paying £5 for just 13 pods. That works.
Food prices could rise even higher by Christmas in the UK, and supermarkets and retailers are going to rise them again. What a fucking surprise.
Welcome back to MOOMOO Rants. Never in a million years did I think British supermarkets would come to this. These prices are ridiculous, and they just keep climbing. Why do they keep jacking them up? It's about time we put a stop to these supermarkets. They just get worse and worse. When did supermarkets start being scammers? Now what is this craziness? Let's hear what our fellow Brits have to say about this.
I'll give you a sec just to guess how many items I got in Poundland for £12.25. Guess. Just have a little guess. Five items in Poundland for £12.25. Make that one make sense. What the hell? £12. I went in for essentials. I needed some conditioner, some shower gel. I got a basket to put some toiletries in the bathroom, and I got 2 cards. What is going on? How has that just come to £12.25? Not a single thing in Poundland is actually £1 anymore. I was walking past blankets in there, in the home section, that were 12 quid. £12 in Poundland. I expect that sort of price in Matalan or TK Maxx or Primark, whatever, but £12 for a blanket in Poundland? You having me on? I feel like I've just been bent over, had my pants pulled down and robbed. What the hell is going on? How has that just cost me £12.25 for 5 items? What is happening?
I'm not being funny, right? But I've just been into Poundland and given everyone on here, not everyone, but there's a lot of people on here that can't cope with hairdressers pricing properly. I've just been into Poundland and bought literally a few bits. In fact, I'm going to get the receipt. I bought seven things and it's cost me £12.50. So when people are online moaning about the price of hair going up, inflation has hit Poundland as well. So there.
Special Poundland deals. You can either get 4 for £3.75, 6 for, that's all 6 for £3.75, or 3 for £3.75. What one are you gonna pick, guys? What one are you gonna pick?
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know?
Guys, so I was just in Poundland and I can see they have these Milky Way biscuits. They look so cute. They're currently £1.
Supermarket might not exist in 5 years' time because it's actually struggled to ever make a profit, even during the pandemic when everyone was moving to online shopping. Tesco has set up its own e-commerce venture to rival Ocado, and what this is going to do is it's going to help other international supermarkets build their own online businesses. And what you've got to remember is that this has been Ocado's USP, so it's been online only. You basically pick everything, order everything, and they drop it. Now Tesco and the other supermarkets are also doing that, but it's taken them a while to catch up because this was a loss leader for many a time. But Ocado's built all of these warehouses at great expense across the country and even in other countries as well. So for Tesco to now come in and move a tank on Ocado's lawn, it's going to be very interesting for me to see what actually happens.
I'm sure everyone else knows this, but these supermarkets need to start winding their neck in. This, apparently from Asda's, is a large chicken. Ready? There you go. Just to put it into perspective, I've seen bigger pigeons. That chicken, if it is a chicken, has never seen a light of day in its life. There's no way that is a large. If that's large, then on double XL down. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a joke. That is an absolute joke.
Right, so this is the latest little trick supermarkets have pulled, and it's costing people a fortune. So they've kept the packaging basically the same, but they've quietly shrunk what's actually inside. For example, I always used to pick this up in my weekly shop. It says 590ml and it's £6. But lately I've noticed they've been shrinking the bottle, but keeping the price the same. And it's at a point now where it's over £10 a litre just for a basic little cleaning spray. So I kept digging and done some research online, and it turns out you can get 8 bottles, some of them of which are a litre, and it works out to 70p a bottle, which is nearly 10 times cheaper compared to the scammy shops. Other websites are charging £13 for this bundle, but it's on a sale for the rest of today on TikTok for like £6. I'll try and link it below if it's still in stock.
Can I have a word, please? I picked up some eggs the other day. Large. Definitely large. I asked for large eggs. I opened the carton to see how large these eggs are, and that's how big it is. Now, I'm not being funny, but that looks like a small egg. Not even a medium, a small egg. What in the world has gone on with Aldi? On top of that, I'm doing my son a ham toasty, and the ham was so wafer thin, when I was peeling them apart, I was just ripping to pieces because they were that thin. Honestly, you would think that Aldi was running out of money and they were going bankrupt, but they're not. They're making a fortune and the prices are increasing, so why? Are they trying to scam us? Dude, that is not a large egg. That's a medium. No, that's a small egg. That's a small egg. Change the carton to small because that is not a large egg. On top of that, look at these meat sticks. Look. Where's the rest, mate? Where's the rest?
So guys, I don't know if I'm the only one that have noticed this thing, but if you have noticed it as well, please, I want you to put it in the comments. I know many of us are familiar with New Smithfield, different like superstores in the UK. I'm talking about Manchester, and I don't know how it is in other area, but the prices of things of recent has been really crazy, and I'm beginning to wonder what exactly is going on. Like the prices of tomato, I remember there was a time we were buying tomato for £4, £5. Now I think the last one I bought before this time was £10, and the last time I checked, which was yesterday, tomato was selling for £9. Like, how did we get here? In a short period of time, things just keep skyrocketing. Have we checked the prices of mackerel fish? Mackerel fish, I mean the good one, not the one that is not sweet though. The mackerel fish that we used to buy for £27, £30 is now £40, and it is not even coming down. The last 3 months it has been £40 back to back. Not to talk of the prices of turkey. Like yesterday they were telling me that turkey is £40. Like, how? The same turkey that used to be 28, that used to, at least this 28 I'm talking about, this is still like maybe 5 months ago or 6 months ago. Let's not even talk about yam. Let's not talk about plantain. I don't know what's going on. The wholesale is no longer wholesaling. If you are experiencing this or you know where it is cheaper, please plug me in. Thank you so much for listening to my rant.
Do you know what? I've just been to Morrison's, right? I normally go to Aldi. I did go to Morrison's before, but it started getting a little bit expensive, so I decided to go to Aldi because it is a lot cheaper. But I needed some certain hair products. I thought, you know what? I'll go to Morrison's. I'll give it another go. See how it is. What an absolute frigging rip-off. And actually, this is the second video I've made, because the first video would have probably got taken down because the language was terrible, to be quite honest with you, because I'm so bloody mad. We are getting ripped off in this country so much by everybody, for the fuel, for the food, for the energy bills. You know, it's an absolute frigging joke. We're getting stuffed left, right and centre by everybody, and all you hear is, oh, it's the suppliers, it's suppliers. Is it bollocks, the suppliers? It's a right load of crap. Yeah, it might be a little bit, but it's not all of it. And I just think that, you know what, if places like Aldi can do stuff a lot cheaper, why can't Morrison's? Why can't they? Because they're just ripping the customers off. That's why. Literally, I used to be able to spend £25 to £30 a week. I'm a person living on my own. I've got one wage coming in, yeah. Right now, I got 2 bags today for 51 quid, which were literally the bare essentials anyway. It wasn't even a proper shop, right? We are getting stuffed from every single angle, and the thing about it is, it's sad because, you know what, we're just sitting there and we're accepting it. Do Do you know what? The government should be fucking ashamed of themselves. The supermarkets should be ashamed. The fuel companies should be ashamed. The energy companies should be ashamed. It's an absolute fucking joke.
Up in the winter as well, because that's when everyone fucking uses it, and that's when people eat more because it's colder, so you need more food in your stomach. You don't tend to eat as much in the summer, and you don't tend to use as much gas and electric in the summer. Crafty fucks. What are the government doing about it? And these greedy fucking thieves at these retailers and supermarket chains are absolute disgrace. There's already fucking child poverty over here. There's fucking pensioners starving and shivering to death. What more are you gonna fucking do to people?